All right, welcome to the Friday's loan open session. And we'll see what we'll get out of it. I kind of like the buy side liquidity here left from the previous day's morning session. That's kind of what I like. And price had a rather hard time breaching through the consequent encroachment. It came back quickly. It's respecting the down candles here for the most part. Small little balanced price range. We are moving away from it. Yeah, it seems quite up favoring. Recently we poked this all high and rejected, clearing the sell side liquidity here, and now we kind of back as a retracement. Right, let me see. This is the weekly suspension block in here. We are just kind of meandering around this octane. With this kind of little PD array and the key level. Yeah, it sounds kind of like theoretically we might be seeking this buy side there, right? I mean, that would make sense to me, but I definitely gotta watch and see. I can take a look on ES quickly. Okay, ES is in more of a consolidation though, and the buy side is further away. But yeah, all right, quiet morning seems like. Fair enough. Yeah, it all seems a little bit like all overlapping, lots of choppiness in a sense. Expectations are rather low, I would say. I can add a new day opening up. Alright, so for now, I think that's gonna be it. And let's just watch and taper it a little bit and get a better feel, better clue what it may want to do. Because yeah, I mean at this moment I don't have a very strong opinion. So let's watch. So I'm kind of like neutral bias. Neutral bias with maybe slightly favoring higher, but kind of neutral. So yeah, if we go above this, that might become a bullish breaker. We hit a low, high, lower low. Yeah, this range itself seems also like pretty decent for any swing projections on the upside. Right, so this is kind of like a reasonable target on the upside still. All right, and it even formed a busy inside of the breaker. I like that. I like the busy like that. And let me see. I wanted to use the busy here with the breaker. I would like to have a stop loss below consecutive encroachment of this week, I guess. Yeah, that would allow for 3. Yeah, best case target would be the buy side up there, obviously. 1 to 4. But reasonable target here and here. Kinda. Alright, let's enter the order and let's see if it will actually come back and fill me with it. Right. So yeah, breaker with the busy and the on a key level, key octane. Something I would like to engage with, expecting higher prices, drawing towards those equal highs. Not that it needs to go there, but that's like a reasonable idea. All right. So far it doesn't really show much willingness to wanna come back and offer a fill opportunity for me. I don't want to engage on anything that's like much higher up here, because that seems to me like a little bit like chasing price, which I don't necessarily want to do, right? Uh, yeah, if it goes without me, it goes without me at the worst case scenario. So yeah, so far I'm just weighing this out, watching if we could potentially go back into the breaker and the busy, within the idea that that might be a drawn liquidity on the upside. It's Friday. We moved lower for the majority of this week, and that's just like a sweet target. We'll see. We'll see. So far, price starts to meander a little bit, and I feel like a comeback into this breaker and the BC is still in the realm of possibilities, but obviously it's not guaranteed. It may not happen. It may not happen. It may be just, stretching. But yeah. So whether it will trade to my PDRA of choice or not, that's like outside of my control. I can only select or try to align with a array that I want, that I suspect being a high probability. But yeah, what price will do with it, that's a different story. So we are seeing a measure of retracement right now. So I guess that would be like a reasonable moment to expect that to fulfill. Let's see. Right, never mind. Already pushing into new highs. Right. So another measure of displacement, as we can see, and that makes a return back into the breaker probably less likely at the moment, which doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing, but yeah, yeah, it keeps on stretching, keeps on going though. No offering fills yet. Right, so that's interesting little situation here because we formed some measure of a short-term high. We ran that aggressively to a key level that was rejected. We left relatively lows kinda at sell side on the short term also with the key discount array. But yeah, this looks like quite strong of a rejection here. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm not interested in buying here actually. I'll pass on that, I guess. We have this weak consequent encroachment. Yeah, I will cancel my order for now because it doesn't seem like it's likely to give me that pullback at this moment. I mean, at this moment, I wouldn't even be that confident if it's that good. But yeah, here I like that idea. Couldn't get it, so yeah, it went without me. Um, I reached the first swing projection. This is the second swing projection. That would be already a quite nice sizable move on the upside. But yeah. I can check MES and what it's doing. I mean, MES looks completely like out of steam. I like the breaker here as a draw on the upside, but yeah, on 1 minute I wouldn't touch it here. Yeah, I mean, this looks like it should launch a run higher from where it is. And we should see some speed and acceleration, like large candles and low resistance liquidity run, like bam, into those equal highs there. It should be really like a one one pass higher. Let's see if that will be the case though. Yeah, so far so good, I would say. Well, I mean, yeah. This what is right. I mean, not always you will find the feel you want. I didn't, or I wasn't offered the feel that I wanted. This busy high inside of the breaker. Price couldn't even reach down into it. Then offered this for value gap, and that was something that I could have considered, but I was preferring to use this as my setup, not necessarily this, but yeah, it works. Fair enough. All right, so we made this pump here. We overtook those to the downside. ES would love a retracement into the breaker here. ES would love that. Well, it seems like a deeper retracement might be due. All right, so we have a 15-minute busy now in place. I love those equal highs here. So good though. This will be a beautiful draw on the upside at some point. So this is interesting now because ES is making a higher high already here. I don't think Nasdaq is. Almost, but not quite. Well, I mean, it seems like it's slowed down quite a bit in here. Relatively cool highs are being engineered. Still, the buy side is up there, so we might poke higher still, potentially. Mm, but yeah, it seems like it cannot go through this at this moment, which starts to act a little bit as inversion for value gap, which yeah could send us for a deeper retracement if that's the case. Kind of tricky to tell for now, but yeah, I guess I still favor the buy side, but I'm just not sure how I would engage with that though. Yeah, not being able to go through this, I will change the color to inversion. The body respected the high initially, then the body is respecting the lower half. That's not bullish generally. All right, so it's working off of this bullish fair value gap here. Nice bullish reaction, and now digging deeper into this current inversion fair value gap, because that's the characteristic that it's showing. Generally, if we could close above it and possibly close above this weak encroachment, this should act as a reclaimed bullish fair value gap then, and we should see a measure of support around this price point to maybe send us eventually higher. But yeah, we'll see though. There is a chance we will form a small little fair value gap here that's bullish potentially. Okay, no chance anymore. That was denied with this down close that overlapped the range, and we are back at this bullish fair value gap again. All right, digging deeper to it and through it. That's generally not bullish for now. That seems like a deeper retracement, to say the least, and it losing the ground quite a bit. So next measurement point is this 314 bullish fair value gap, and we'll see what we'll do around that. We did left quite nice equal highs in here, so this pool of liquidity is a nice pool of liquidity, especially with that larger equal highs right above it. So that will be interesting. But yeah, we went below this fair value gap, that now it might offer premium sensitivity here, because price respected this busy as inversion fair value gap by the bodies nicely. Price displaced lower, went through this one, so now this one should offer further inversion fair value gap type of signatures. And next objective is this lower one here. So far we couldn't quite get into it, but we also left the relative equal lows right on top of it. So it's quite reasonable, I would say, to expect that we punch up into this and run into this lower fair value gap that's supposedly bullish. And yeah, then if this fair value gap would give way, then the breaker and the busy that I originally wanted to see trade to would be the go-to expectation, and that would be a little bit more of a range, I guess. This is quite small, like from this inversion low to this fair value gap high, that's less than 10 handles, so that's very, very small, insignificant. But yeah, so far we did left the relative equal lows in place, and we couldn't quite reach down into it. I still would like to see attempt to clear out the sell side relative equal lows and tap into it maybe. That would be interesting. That would have been interesting. All right, so no discount sensitivity here. No disconsistency at the CB. Back into this first one, already closing above consecutive encroachment. Well, so I wonder if those equal lows will or should stay there as a bait at the moment. Because now likely we are forming a busy here. And we will be also going into a macro at the same time. And quite frankly, I like this to offer potential rally towards the buy side here. Yeah, so quite frankly, I like the idea uh, of it doing so. I'm not saying it will do that, obviously, but yeah, tapping into this, it should act as a reclaimed bullish rug gap, and it should reject price higher. And we should not close below the conclusion of this BC, I feel like. If we do, then that's a little bit unruly, but we shouldn't. And the next candle could maybe send us higher, right? So far it's meeting the criteria. So this candle I would expect to send us higher, actually. Maybe that's an ambitious expectation taking into consideration this consolidation, um, but yeah, that was just an idea that I would like to test and entertain. Obviously, if we close below this BC, then that idea is no longer playable. We close below consequent encroachment. I already don't like that. The last line of defense is this potential reclaimed bullish revival gap, which we are at right now. And it could work, right? It could. It could work. It could left those equal lows as a trap and send it screamingly higher. I feel like. Will it do so? I don't know. But yeah, it feels like it maybe could do it. Maybe could do it now. If we close below the consequent encroachment, then the probabilities probably fall against the idea, but yeah. So yeah, the macro is on the radar right now. Let's see. I mean, it would need to turn around here right away. Otherwise, those equal lows are in serious danger of being taken out. So we have another suspension block that's supposedly bearish at the same time here. That was just formed. I guess if we would go above the suspension block on a closing basis, I would use it as inversion to go long and attack the buy side liquidity. Not that it will do it. But yeah, having difficulties to go through that suspension block means those equal lows are probably due. And that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind. All right, relative equal lows. Now I'm watching those and the fair value gap here. 5 more minutes left. I will take this off for now because it's clustered. I mean, it's really busy. All right, interesting little attempt that was reclaimed, kinda. And now, if we could go above this bearish suspension block, I would like to see it act as a bullish inversion for value gap to send it higher, because it could have easily gotten below those lows, but it was denied here, which those lows might be somewhat like protected at the time. Okay, maybe let's keep it as it is. I mean, it's not inversing this yet, as you can see. All right. All right. All right. Fair enough. This still favors, in my mind, around the lows here, though. If it's not able to go through this suspension block with any confidence, and it's not showing any at the moment, those lows are still suspect. Ay, ay. All right, now it's going above it. It closed above it, so any return back into it would have been a potential long. It gave a touch, I was too slow. Now it gives a touch. I'm not too slow, but I just noticed that we are after 4 a.m. I mean, we crossed 4 a.m. So yeah, the silver bullet hour ended anyway. Nice reaction off of that. And nice reaction off of that though. And it should attack the bicycle liquidity up there off of that too. And well, I mean, it started to delivering that, but the entry per se was after the 3 to 4 silver bullet hour. So that's technically outside of the model, right? Technically outside of the model, regardless whether it delivers or not. That's technically outside of the model because the model is designed from 3 to 4. Anything after, anything before, it's not the silver bullet model per se. That's something different. Um, and yeah, I mean, interesting little session here. I mean, it had a good potential. Out admit. I was really wanting to get that feel there on that busy. It didn't offer that at all. Then kind of like kept on going and then went into this consolidation, which was yeah, as usual, consolidation is or tends to be messy a little bit. And yeah, that's what we got. Fair enough, fair enough. I would be trying to be for the aim session then and see what happens there. And last question, do I believe that the book map and order flow will help to improve or else price will tell? Well, I mean, I never used bookmap. I have no idea whether it might help you or not. So yeah, I can't. I'm not the person to that is competent to answer that question for you, I guess. But yeah, I personally don't think it's needed. But if it helps you, then yeah, go for it, right? I'm not a hater. I don't want to hate. If it helps you, it's good. If it doesn't, then, or if it brings more confusion, then maybe it's not the way to go. Yeah. So nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. We should see the buy sell liquidity here taken out anytime soon, and that, to be honest, completes my expectations for the long open session. I back for the New York aim session. We'll see what happens there. So until then, I wish you guys a pleasant remainder of the day and wish you good luck and good trading. Bye bye.